Coventry's form has certainly deserted them, hasn't it? 5 losses in 9 now. Justin, is this the Lampard effect?
I think it is. I think they've run into a bit of a hole. I think, firstly, I will say again that the way they started the game, they were really slow, quite sluggish, and Luton really took advantage of that, as I mentioned a moment ago. And you look at how slow Jay De Silva was to turn at the time he was given the red card. No one really reacted to that ball coming over. It was a wonderful pass into the space behind the Coventry defence. And, as I say, the way they started the game, it allowed Luton in. But their form, as you say, is poor. You look at their record against teams sort of in the bottom 8. They've only beaten Oxford away from home. So their away form against teams at the bottom of the table is incredibly poor. And this is just another one. So again, you're looking at why is Lampard struggling to beat these teams? It could cost them. It could cost them a place in the top 6, which is would be at this stage probably a travesty. Again, if you look at the amount of money that's been spent, etc., and how well things have been going under Lampard, this really is the first stumbling block we've seen, and it's at the worst possible time.
Well, yeah, it's funny because I was getting it from all angles when Lampard was doing well, but it's all gone very quiet now on my social media, Justin. But look, the fact of the matter is it's not too surprising that Coventry have dropped off, because towards the end of that run where they won a ridiculous 9 in 10, they were really pushing their luck with some of those victories, and now their luck has run out. And they're left hanging on to a playoff place that they should have very easily wrapped up a considerable amount of time ago. Because now the odds are that Coventry will still get a playoff place on the final day. But if they don't, Lampard has to take the blame for that, because in the last 9 games, they've lost to Derby, Luton, Plymouth, and failed to beat Hull. That's 4 of the bottom 5 heading into this weekend that they failed to beat. They will have no one else to blame but themselves, Justin, if they don't wrap up the playoffs.